Welcome to What the Flick.
Yes.
Ben Alonso and Christy, The Light Between the Oceans.
This came out, Light Between Oceans came out last week. It is from Derek C. in France, who directed Blue Valentine, which I liked, and The Place Beyond the Pines, which I did not like. This is Michael Fassbender as a lighthouse keeper. Just soon after World War I, he has seen horrific things, and he wants to go someplace very, very quiet on his own, so he gets to go work at this little bitty island off the coast of Western Australia to run this lighthouse. And before he leaves, he meets Alicia Vikander, who is the daughter of what, his boss?
The mayor or
Somebody
something?
in town. It's a very small town, and Alicia Vikander is young and vibrant and full of promise.
And lost her brothers in the war.
Right, and so they connect, and eventually he asks her to marry him, and he brings her out to the lighthouse with him, and they start a life, and they try to start a family, and then awful things start to happen. Take a look.
For many years, we journeyed on.
You have a very lovely daughter. Excuse me.
My sister had a terrible tragedy. Her husband and their baby daughter were lost at sea. You would have been your girl's age by now.
She doesn't belong to us.
You're sighing at me already.
Yeah, I mean, you said you liked Blue Valentine. I'm not a big fan of any of this guy's movies.
Okay.
I think, but here's what bugs me about them the most is I think they start really promisingly.
Yes.
They have interesting ideas and characters who promise to be complicated and multidimensional, and then he doesn't know how to end these things.
Yeah.
And this one's based on a book, so I thought, okay, maybe somebody else's story. No, same.
Is that how the book ends?
I don't know. I didn't read the book, but if it did, it's a shitty book because
This Alonso's review. It's a shitty
yeah,
book.
no, I mean, if it's like the movie, because the movie sets up this stuff that's like Thomas Hardy level tragedy of people making bad decisions and then the ramifications of it, and then painting themselves this corner of like, well, if they do this, it's terrible, and if they do that, it's terrible, and then, nah, it's all good.
It does wrap up rather nicely. I will say up until then, I was really impressed by how it is this very old-fashioned kind of earnest prestige picture.
Oh, totally.
And it's shot beautifully.
Yes, for sure.
And the scenery is rugged and severe and gorgeous and devastating, and they are beautiful together. And
Rachel Weisz.
Rachel Weisz comes in about halfway through,
Yeah.
I would say. And everyone's really good in it, and you care about the decisions they make. And yes, they are making bad decisions for what they feel are the right reasons.
Sure.
And everyone's complicated in it.
Yes.
And everyone's got a justifiable stake in it, and you can imagine things going in various people's ways, and there would be no wrong answer and no right answer, and it's fascinating. It's intriguing for a long time, and then yes, it gets very tidy.
Yeah, it's like
nice.
You can't set up a story where everyone should be suffering and has some suffering coming to them for one reason or another, and then just like, no, we're gonna make this tidy and it's all good and y'all just go about your business.
Now this is a movie, I guess, where Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander got together.
Apparently, I didn't even know they were a thing until I read about that
found out
recently.
yesterday,
Yeah.
Well, I remember that when we were figuring out our LAFCA stuff, right? When we were doing our voting, and we gave supporting actress to Alicia Vikander,
Right, for Ex Machina, not for Danish Girl.
and not for Danish Girl, and Michael Fassbender was
He was
our winner.
oh,
for
he won
Steve
for Steve Jobs. Yeah.
And how was that going to go down? That they would be in the same place because they've been together, but they'd broken up, and now I guess they're together again. I don't know.
Oh, I missed that conversation entirely. I didn't know any of this.
You're busy counting votes and actually doing your job.
I guess, yeah.
I'm just drinking champagne in the back.
I thought I knew the gossip, but I guess
How
I
do you
don't.
follow what straight people are sleeping with?
I know, they all look alike to me.
Hiddle Swift is done. Do you know
I
that?
know,
The
I
death of
heard.
Hiddle
I
Swift.
came back from
Tragic.
Europe, and that was the first thing Dave tells me in the car. By the way, Hiddle Swift is over.
Did you know they were ever together?
Oh, that I knew. Yeah,
Okay,
come on,
thank you.
please.
Yeah, that
I live in
had to-
America.
So
We got to retire that portmanteau.
Yes, that hashtag. So I liked it for a long time. They have lovely chemistry with each other.
Yes.
They're doing very different things here. He's very stoic and she's very vibrant, and they click and they clash nicely, and yeah.
It's just it's all the more frustrating for setting up this really great story and then just shitting on it.
But when we talk about movies to take your mom to,
I suppose.
I would argue this is a really good movie to take your mom to because it's kind of lovely.
I guess, especially like if she dozes off, she'll never know that the third act is terrible.
Okay, so what is your number?
I give it a 5.5. Yeah, you're right. All the things you say that are good, and then it's not.
I'm gonna say a 7. I did not mention the sound design, Crashing waves.
Loves crashing waves
It's
upon the
very-
rocks.
It's very immersive. You feel like you're on this little island.
Well,
And-
because we're talking about relationships, I'll throw in that I find because when I find the Rachel Weisz Daniel Craig
yes.
marriage the strangest marriage in Hollywood.
Why?
Not because they're
Did you see that terrible movie they were in
they're
together?
both they both have the
Dream
capacity
House?
to be excellent actors. They're both attractive, interesting. They play interesting role. Just I think it's amazing that they got together. I don't know why, and also the fact that I found out about it like they'd been married 4 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
husband. I'm like, husband, Daniel Craig. What?
She
what
dumped
happened?
Darren Aronofsky for him. It
Right,
was a thing.
and then
yeah.
married James Bond, and they're still together.
Oh, no, for me, it's the Sarah Silverman, Michael Sheen
That's a weird one,
relationship.
too.
That's the one
but-
that I have a hard time wrapping my head
I
around.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Long time, yeah. But
Yeah,
that one makes
yeah,
you.
yeah.
But that one makes. But that one when you. That one, well, I guess so does Rachel Weisz and Daniel Craig. But like Sarah Silverman and Michael Sheen, I'm like, nice.
I can,
Nice.
sure,
Yeah.
you know.
All right, so our number, because you care about
Yeah,
what we
totally,
think. We've turned into Pop Trigger here all of a sudden.
Yeah, whoa.
All right, so our number is a 6.3 and 59% on the tomato meter.
I was glad they did at least cast for a movie in Australia that has all these non-Australian people in it. They did throw in Jack Thompson and Brian Brown.
Brian Brown's in like a scene.
Yeah, well,
Also, it's a good sweater movie.
Another great.
lots of good sweaters.
Another great marriage, Brian Brown.
And Rachel Ward, you're right.
Oh my God.
God.
Bye.
We're-